this. I'm trying something new today. Dave Ginsburg. Hey friends, it's time to get started. How do you like the introduction of my new train whistle to make sure I get your attention? All right. Welcome to the 5,423rd meeting of the 9th largest Rotary Club in the world. I'm so glad to be with all of you today. Yay! And we do not have our resident singer with us today, so please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, because I don't want to clear the room. I love you guys too much. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I like that clapping because I'm clapping for all of our veterans too. Okay, if you are in the food line, if you could please quiet down. Thank you so much. And today in the greeting line, we had our Red Badge Committee. It was so great to see so many new members and fresh faces. All right, Karen. And that is co-chaired by Red Badger Steve Preminger, Matt Breaker, and past President Karen Sununu-Towery. Thank you so much for your leadership efforts. Okay, we've got some birthdays this week, those celebrating between the 3rd and the 9th. Now, the birthday doesn't fall on today, but Matt Breaker and our very own Rod Diridon both have their birthdays tomorrow. So please be sure to wish them a very happy and warm birthday along with everybody else who's on that list. And now it's time for guest introductions, and we've got two familiar faces joining us again today, Kirk Wallachevich and Johnny Camus. Kirk, why don't you just briefly introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, hi, I'm Kirk Wallachevich. I'm a CPA, and my sponsor was Headler Lerner.
Thank you. And Johnny?
Johnny Camus, former council member and a banker down at Community Bank of the Bay. I also have a guest today.
Ooh, okay. Please. Oh, well, would you like to take the liberty of introducing your guest first?
Absolutely. Do you want to stand? Sanette Coetzi is the owner of an educational VR application software company, and she's also a business consultant that helps businesses grow.
Nice to have you. This might be your future home. If you're a visiting Rotarian or have a guest, please stand. Big Boss.
Oh, thank you very much, Madam President. The guest is yours, and I'm introducing him for you. He is Jackson Sukasi, and he is very interesting. He's studying for his PhD. He is from Uganda, and he's doing the PhD in a university in Denmark. Wow. And he's doing it while studying at the Minetta Transportation Institute. So there is a world traveler.
And yes. And we have a big surprise for you, Jackson. The president of the university is a Rotarian, and she is in attendance today. President Cynthia, please meet your visiting scholar. All right, love these connections. Okay, yes, Emily.
Hi, President Karen. I'm Emily Robin. My sponsors are Mike Conniff and Steve Borkenhagen, and I'm thrilled that my sister Megan is visiting this week.
And her husband is here too, right? Nice to have you.
Oh, hi, President Karen. Dick Conniff, retired banker, and my sponsors were John Brezzo and Doug McClendon way back in the day.
Wonderful.
So, I'm pleased to have as my guest my friend Michael Santero, who is a colleague at First Community Housing. He's the Chief Operating Officer there.
Nice to have you.
Hi, good afternoon, Karen. President Karen. I'd like to introduce my guest, Gabriel Mendoza. Gabriel is the Director of Operations for Santa Clara for ACE Parking. Please welcome him.
All right, nice to have you. Okay. Mike, wait, there, it's coming your way. James.
James Williams, nonprofit executive. So I'd like to introduce a couple of staff members for Councilman Torres that are with us today. Kiera Areola is Chief of Staff for the office, and Daniela Velasquez is the Community Relations Director.
Wonderful, thank you. Okay. We need a microphone up here. Thanks. Dave Peterson, please.
All right, hi everybody. Dave Peterson here. My sponsor is Carl Silker. I know he's in the room. Thanks, Carl. They can tell you whether that's a good thing or not. I'm here to introduce the Santa Teresa High School students and advisor and principal briefly. Michael Payne Alex here is the principal for Santa Teresa. I remember him as PA because when he was just a teacher, his son and my son were in the band together, and we did a lot of that volunteering, shucking the equipment around all over the place. Also, Santa Teresa advisor, longtime advisor since the year 2000, Miss Demas. Also the AP physics teacher and robotics. And of course the students. Kylie Nguyen here, who is the Interact District 5170 governor for all of Interact District.
Wow.
Haley Nguyen is the club vice president and also district outreach coordinator. And Brenda Duong is the club president for Santa Teresa and will give a brief report on the club.
Hello, thank you again for having us. As a reminder, our names are Brenda, Haley, and Kylie, and this is our 4th year within Interact, and we wanted to share with you a few of our statistics from this past year. So first off, we have raised over $250 and served over 800 hours throughout maintaining 4 meetings and 2 events a month. A few of our favorite events include our Halloween event in collaboration with Oak Grove Interact, bi-monthly sandwich making meetings, and the Rotary Pajaro drop-off event. We're currently looking forward to our upcoming gaming tournament where proceeds will be donated to the district project and Rotary Fish Day. ST Interact also has 200 active members, and thanks to your generosity, we will be able to send 4 members to President's Winter Retreat, where they'll attend leadership workshops and network with other members throughout Interact 5170. Thank you again for your support.
Love it. You give me hope for the future. Thank you for your commitment, and I think you probably practiced and timed yourself. You did an excellent job. All right, it's that time in the program where we get to meet a new member. Come on up. Go Niners. Go Niners. She's representing already.
Hi, everyone. I'm Michelle. I'm not the new person. I'm delighted and honored to introduce Chelsea Souza. Chelsea is the Chief Development Officer at Pivotal, an organization that helps young people in and from foster care accomplish their educational and career goals. I met Chelsea in 2013 when I first moved to San Jose at a PTA meeting, so we met in service. Our sons became fast friends in 4th grade, and they are now navigating the adventures of college life. Oh boy. I know Chelsea to be a passionate fundraiser. She is widely respected and known for her expertise in philanthropy and enthusiasm for ethical fundraising. She's a valuable addition to our club, and it's a true honor not only to call her a dear friend, a trusted colleague in the development space, but now officially a fellow Rotarian.
Beautiful. Perfect. That was perfect. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Michelle. Well, I was born and raised in Santa Rosa and settled here in San Jose after college in 2002. I started working at Second Harvest, where I was quickly bitten by the fundraising bug. I wanted to share 3 things about myself, 3 things that I love that most people hate. Number 1, fundraising. I love asking people for money. Number 2, spiders. If you have one, I'll come remove it safely. And number 3, public speaking. And these 3 things are very important to our world. Without fundraising, nonprofits wouldn't have funds to operate. Without spiders, our world would be overrun with insects. And without public speaking, well, how would Rotarians introduce themselves as a new member to the club? I want to end just on a note of gratitude. I'm thankful to the founding members of this club in 1914. I'm thankful for the members in 1987 for admitting women into the club, But I'm especially grateful for Rotarians like Michelle, who introduced me to my new and favorite boss, Matt Bell. Thank you all. I look forward to serving with you.
Okay, we're going to take a picture right here. Get in the middle of us.
Okay, perfect, thank you. And a couple of fun facts about our newest Rotarian. She has a 25-year-old turtle, 2 cats, a dog, and her parents have been married 50 years. And the reason I know that about her parents is she was here for my personal back in May of 2023. So we've been courting her for quite some time, and it's just awesome to officially introduce you. Welcome to the club, Chelsea. It's that time. It's ring the bell. So if you have something you'd like to celebrate or a challenge you would like us to know about, please stand up. We're raising funds for our vital projects within the community. And I'm going to start with a ring bell for Rod Diridon for his birthday. I'm finding myself because I'd like us all to sing him happy birthday. So don't make me start alone. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rod. Happy birthday to you. Now, I deeply value everybody in this club, and when they have a birthday, I celebrate it, toasting with my own glass of wine at home in the evenings. But nevertheless, I felt that I wanted to particularly highlight my relationship with Rod. If it were not for him, I would not be here in this club. I would not be 2 hours and 43 minutes from my beloved parents. I would still be in Denver, Colorado. So thank you for recruiting me 15 years ago. Thank you for giving me the joy of the Rotary family. And thank you for letting me be so close to Mommy and Daddy. It's wonderful. Okay, who else? Heather.
Hi, President Karen, Heather Lerner. Please ring the bell one time. I'm so excited to share with the group that I will be representing our club to our sister city club in Okayama, Japan for their 90th anniversary. Jay and I will be flying out there. They've made arrangements for us to meet their mayor. I've already asked Matt Mahan if you're around to get a commendation together that we can present, and they've set up some very special things for us. So I'm very excited to represent our club to our sister city in Okayama.
Congratulations.
Hi, President Karen.
Hey, Matt.
Matt Robin. I would like to ring the bell one time because tomorrow is my amazing wife Emily's 41st birthday, and she deserves a bell ring.
Yay.
Hi, President Karen.
Hi, Cindy.
I want to ring the bell twice for our Rotary ski group that just got back from Whistler last Wednesday. It was successfully rained for 7 days, but we still had a blast. And if anybody is interested in our ski group, we go every year, and we'll be going next on 2025 in the end of January. So please ring the bell twice.
Well, welcome back. I'm glad you're safe, but not dry. Emily.
Hi, again, I'm Emily Robin. I want to ring the bell one time to say thank you for that and for not singing to me.
President Karen, I'd like to ring the bell 8 times. Over the Christmas holidays, our family grew by 2. A new granddaughter in Denver, Colorado in December, and a new granddaughter in San Diego in January. That brings our total up to 8, so I'd like to ring it 8 times.
Outstanding.
Congratulations.
And congratulations on those new babies. Yes,
Hi.
Deanna.
Hi, President Karen. I'd like to ring the bell one time for past President Rod Diridon for being a huge mentor to me in the climate space and helping to bring awareness and action to our Climate Action Committee and Rotary and all over the world.
President Karen, I'd like to ring the bell twice as an honor to my husband's uncle who just passed away. But here's the thing. He was a 55-year member of the Rotary Club of Kansas City, almost up until the day he died. and as a past president as well. So 2 times for Bill Stramillo.
And I'm so sorry for your loss, Elizabeth. Dave.
Yes, President Karen, I'd like to ring the bell for the Santa Teresa Interact Club in support of the Interact program, and then also make a commitment to Kylie here, who's headed to her 2nd trip to the International Convention, going to Singapore this year, and make sure that I support that in some way as well.
Fantastic. Accountability. Rod.
Madam, Your Royal Highness, very special president, if I didn't ring the bell after all that fuss, I'd be a piker. So ring the bell 1 time and thanks.
Perfect.
I'd like to ring the bell twice, once for my niece, who is a freshman in the Homestead soccer team, and they beat Palo Alto yesterday, which was a huge win, and once for the entire club. I feel so welcome, and I'm having a great time.
Yay. Tim. And Arthur, don't we find you today? Aren't I going to find you for the lunch yesterday? Tim.
Yes. I'd like to ring the bell for Miles Wayne Pike, my great-grandson born last week.
Wonderful. Carl Solis. Who's going to get there first?
Hey, I want to ring the bell 3 times. It's a challenge to the Climate Change Committee. I was just in Portland 2 weeks ago, and we had a power outage for 2 days. There was no gas heating in the house, and we froze. We literally, you should have seen when I got up in the bathroom at midnight. It was about 40 degrees inside.
Oof.
And then for the last 3 days, I've been up in Mendocino, and there was no power at all for 3 days. And it was the opposite. We had gas at our house. But the other thing was I saw gasoline lines at the gas station for the first time because everybody had a generator. You go down the street, everybody's just blowing away all these emissions through gasoline. And it's a really complicated algorithm, this whole climate change thing. And I wanted to put a challenge to the Climate Change Committee to realize that, you know, especially with this climate mess coming on, only having one type of energy is a real challenge. So, 3
Mark
times
and
for that.
Deanna are on it. Thank you.
I'll ring the damn bell again for a rebuttal on that. And if he'd had solar panels on your roof and a battery wall that stored that energy for 2 or 3 days at a time, then you wouldn't have to worry about the damn machines that pump out pollution that kills the planet.
Amen. That was a spirited response.
I'd like to ring the bell 3 times for Cindy and Jeff Faulkner and their leadership on the ski committee. She announced it, but that's a great trip for anybody that enjoys being in the mountains, and it wouldn't happen without all of their work. They
Awesome.
did a great job.
So I think that's 27 rings, and last month we had 31. Is there anybody else out there that wants to celebrate? Carl. And Janica next.
All right, okay.
So for the record, I have a battery on my house and solar panels and heat pumps. But that's not the problem. It cost me $40,000. All those people up in Mendocino, I mean, they don't have a lot of money, but they do have generators. They all have generators. And so it's a complicated algorithm. Oh, well, 2. Let's go to
2, all right. Janica.
I don't have any more money.
I'm not even going to touch any of that. Instead, I want to ring the bell once for a moment of gratitude for all of the nonprofits that work in our community that I'm so honored to participate and work with. Just thank you for all the work that you do to support those living in our community, support those, and all the different ways you do so. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So we're at 30. All right, I knew it. Steve Prouty.
So I'll do 2 to put us over the top. So Cindy and Jeff Faulkner do so much for this club, and besides the ski committee, They do just a tremendous job with the Culinary and Hospitality Committee, and I want to ring the bell at least twice for that.
Fantastic. Matt Bell, all right.
So I want to ring the bell for my good friend Mick Greco, who hasn't been able to make a lot of meetings lately, but he texted me today and said, when you see President Karen, will you please go give her a hug and thank her for me? She texted me yesterday just saying, hey, would love to see you around, and so he knows you're thinking of him, and he really appreciates it. So I'll ring the bell for that.
Oh,
Both of you.
Thank you.
Okay, Emily, I'd like to ring the bell once, and this is going to be for my friend Heather Lerner, because Heather has agreed to join me for happy hour on the third Wednesday of every month in a local downtown establishment. Next one is going to be on the 21st of this month at Rolati. Come and join Heather and I.
Fun. All right. Thank you for your generosity. It really means so much. And we are right on schedule, and now we are going into President's time. I had a little issue with my IT there. Sorry, guys. We've got a reminder, an update, an opportunity, and a request. Are you ready? Okay. Reminder, believe it or not, the San Jose State University walking tour that starts at 1:30 p.m. outside of King Library is still happening. So get your umbrellas. You're going to want to meet Robert Davis, and he can lead you over there. It's going to be a wonderful trip through our beautiful campus, and I know many of you are looking forward to that. My update, Jaime Chavez and Terry Chapman have returned from the Rhodoplast mission in Bangladesh. They are safe. There's Terry. And I just have to read this verbatim. This is what Jaime had to say about Terry. And Terry, you might not know this. Terry Chapman was a massively huge help. Couldn't have done it without her. She impressed everyone with her can-do attitude and was quick to jump into several roles. Couldn't have been luckier to have her on this mission. And we heard about Jaime, that he was the true superhero of Bangladesh, playing a critical role in keeping the mission on track. So thank you for representing us so well and helping those beautiful people that you did. One more round of applause there. And an opportunity, you'll want to show up next week at 11:45 a.m. for table topics. We'll spend 30 minutes getting to know each other better, and we'll be focusing on our favorite vacation. So that should be fun, and maybe you'll get some good ideas for your summer plans. Also, we'll be featuring sugar cookies for Valentine's Day from Little Bites Bakery that our own Lindley Zink owns and operates. So show up for some cookies and some fellowship. And finally, an upcoming event that you'll hear more about in the future, but mark your calendars for the Bryan Adams Mini Masters. It's going to take place on March 16th, and it's always a great family-friendly fun time. And to that end, just a note of, excuse me, you probably have met my father-in-law, Bob Mandel, at the Mini Masters. If you could send some positive vibes to whoever you believe in, he's really struggling, and I would be grateful. Okay. James, come on up.
Hello, fellow Rotarians and guests. I'm very pleased to introduce City Councilman Omar Torres to speak with us today. Councilman Torres was elected by the residents of District 3 to represent them beginning in January of last year. Although he has only served 1 year in this role, he has a lifetime of experience working on local issues. Raised in the heavily Chicano, Washington, Guadalupe neighborhood just south of downtown, he spent much of his life fighting for youth and low-income families. In the past 10 years alone, Councilman Torres has led a social services nonprofit, has served as a board member of the Franklin McKinley School District and the Evergreen Community College District. He's worked on the staff of another city council person, and he's worked in the San Jose Downtown Business Association, all in the past 10 years prior to becoming councilman. As a downtown resident myself, who's very involved in both neighborhood issues and the arts and culture community, I can speak from personal observation that Councilman Torres has worked hard to meet and listen to residents, to neighborhood leaders, to the arts and culture community, to business owners, and others to build coalitions to improve the residential and commercial areas of our city. Today, Councilman Torres will share these successes, the challenges, and his future plans with us. Welcome.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon, everyone. We're going to say that again. Good afternoon, everyone. So we all know that Mayor Mahan gets his State of the City. So I guess this is my non-official State of the District. So I get to have one, so I'm excited. Take that, Mayor Mahan. All right. So greetings to everyone. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Omar Torres, and I proudly serve all of you on the San Jose City Council, your San Jose City Council. And my roots trace back to what James was saying, the Guadalupe, Washington neighborhood in the city of San Jose. Formerly Italian until my parents and my family members swooped in and made it into a primarily Latino neighborhood. And I've attended public schools my whole life, from Washington Elementary School. I know you all know where that's at. Exactly. You all came in right after I graduated back in 1992, so I wish I would have had the services that the Rotary provides at Washington. To Hoover Middle School, Lincoln High School, San Jose City College, to the, I don't care where you graduated from, the most amazing university in the world, which is San Jose State. There you go, yes. So my journey into community involvement stemmed from my neighborhood, right? Where I witnessed the struggles of youth and families in the 90s, right? And we see them today. Unfortunately, we see them today. And that is homelessness, violence, and drugs. I saw that all. And so that's why it is very important to me to make sure that youth and families are successful in our city. And I remain committed to making sure, as an elected official, that youth and families are successful in our city. Moreover, growing up in downtown San Jose, I am committed to the success of downtown San Jose with all of you. That could be a clap. That should be a clap. So I'm a visual learner, and I have a semi-presentation. I know folks were telling me coming in, oh, I can't wait to hear your speech today. I'm a visual learner, so we're going to do a presentation today. Meet my team. My team, I love my team. We are small but mighty, but my team is your team. And they have deep roots in downtown San Jose or San Jose themselves. Leading my team is Kiara Ariola, the Chief of Staff, who grew up in the same neighborhood that I grew up in. And then we have our Community Relations Director, Daniela Velasquez, who was born and raised in the McKinley Bonita neighborhood of District 3. And if you need a piñata, her parents have owned a piñata shop on East Santa Clara Street for over 40 years. Yes, very cool. Then we have Esmeralda, who wasn't born in San Jose. She's born in Santa Rosa. No one's perfect, right? But graduated from San Jose State University and has deep roots. Now, she's planted deep roots here in our city. And then we have Brian, who started his academic journey at San Jose State, but moved over to Santa Clara University. Again, no one's perfect, but he's getting his college degree at Santa Clara University. And I know you all are civically engaged. We all know that there was redistricting just last year, and so District 3 grew a little bit. We lost. I now share downtown San Jose with Councilwoman Dev Davis, but these are the new boundaries of District 3. And as you could see, we gained a lot from Councilmember Cohen, which is District 4. So the downtown seat is no longer the downtown seat. It includes our amazing, beautiful neighborhoods from Berryessa and North San Jose. And so, but however, we continue to have our most amazing historical neighborhoods like the Hensley Historic, Japantown, Northside, Guadalupe, Washington, and amazing business corridors like SOFA, East Santa Clara Street, Calle Willow, Luna Park, and of course, Japantown. And I'm a very busy council member for all of you. I serve on these very, very important committees: Public Safety, Finance, and Strategic Committee, the Neighborhood Services Education Committee, the Community and Economic Development Committee, VTA, BART Phase 2, the ad hoc, a new committee that we formed, Team San Jose, Capital Corridor Transportation Authority, and the Diridon Station Joint Advisory Board. And so, as you can imagine, downtown is very important not only to you, but for me. And as your council member, because it is very important that you are also holding me accountable, I've created a mission and a vision with my team and having conversation with our very important stakeholders here in the city of San Jose. And this is my mission, our mission, I should say, to transform downtown's vibrancy, its neighborhoods, local business corridors, by fostering engagement, uplifting the arts and entertainment, and ensuring the safety of all of us, whether you are unhoused or own a condo or have a single home or own a business in downtown San Jose. Downtown San Jose is for everyone. A vision to represent and engage downtown neighbors in pursuit to aspire and develop a welcoming San Jose for all, a District 3 where we can play, eat, and work. And these are my first-year policy wins. I take immense pride that 100% of my policy memos that I've written or co-signed on and worked with other council members have passed. Math is not a forte of mine, but I can count to 6. I think that deserves a better laugh. I can count to 6. And before I do move on, we are in this room with giants. And so I want to give a huge shout out to folks who have paved the way for myself as elected officials and have gotten things done. And that is folks like Supervisor Diridon, who we have in this room. We have former council member Johnny Camas in the back. And I thought I saw County Assessor Larry Stone here. I got a boo. And of course, by the way, my childhood hero, because poor Latino kids never, ever saw a mayor coming into their neighborhood until Mayor Ron Gonzalez. So we are in a room full of giants, so thank you all. The policies I put forth are policies that reflect my steadfast commitment to the priorities outlined in my mission and vision for the betterment of District 3, from initiatives concerning housing, tree preservation, to safety programs and budget allocations. These are just a few examples of impactful policies that I've championed for the benefit of our community and city of San Jose. I had some budget wins this past year, so thank you to my colleagues and of course Mayor Mahan for putting these in his budget. I think one of the most important ones we've activated parks when it's not raining. We've activated parks in District 3 for Winter Viva Parks programming. And 2 weekends ago, we had video game night at Martin Park in one of our most underserved communities in District 3. Planting trees in the Luna Park and Calle Willow. Downtown and other business corridors have amazing, beautiful trees. Well, Luna Park and Calle Willow need a little extra love, and that's important to me. Most importantly, as you can imagine, we have a lot of immigrant, monolingual-based businesses in downtown San Jose, and we secured funding for them to grow their revenue via social media. And because we hear it and we see it every single day, right? We have a huge humanitarian crisis grappling our community today. And I've lent my full support to every tiny home project, affordable housing initiative, emergency housing project that addresses this crisis. I also house many of these in my district, by the way. And we will have a new RV safe parking site as well in the new part of District 3. And furthermore, I actively engaged with numerous community action committees convening neighborhoods in these surrounding sites. This commitment ensures ongoing communication and transparency among neighbors, service partners, and city staff, fostering a collaborative approach on tackling our homeless issue together. And we're getting to the spicy stuff. Downtown vibrancy. I am proud to share the initiatives that I've had the privilege of co-leading or leading to enhance downtown vibrancy. We're going to have an upcoming art study session that, for me, is extremely important because we need to make sure that we secure permanent funding for our art scene to ensure its continued vitality. Regarding Plaza de Cesar Chavez, we recognize its historical significance, right? It's called Plaza de Cesar Chavez, so we need to truly honor Cesar Chavez, and of course, I get upset when people call it the poop statue, and it's not, it's Quetzalcoatl, and it's again essential that we honor that legacy. So I will be submitting a memo. David covered your ears. Do not violate any Brown Acts. I will be submitting a memo to make sure that we have a working group for Plaza de Cesar Chavez because it is important to keep revitalizing that space. Additionally, I'm committed to developing a comprehensive public transportation plan that enhances the accessibility of our downtown and within its area itself. Clean gateways to downtown freeway entrances is important. First impressions of our downtown are positive impressions of our downtown. Recent and upcoming policies, right? These are upcoming policies and initiatives that I'm currently spearheading with my colleagues and myself. Regulating oversized vehicles and addressing encampments, right, around our schools. Implementing a no encampment policy on the Guadalupe River Trail is important. Public space is important for everyone. Proposing legislation to prohibit unlawful possession of catalytic converters in San Jose. I laugh because I didn't say Cadillac converters. Advocating for small business programming and funding for BART Phase 2 potential impacts. This is a $12 billion project that could potentially impact our upswing, and VTA needs to be better. James mentioned that I worked for a former council member. I worked for Councilmember Magdalena Carrasco when BRT came through Alum Rock, and it devastated Alum Rock. And we cannot allow that to happen in our beautiful downtown. And most importantly, again, David, cover your ears. I will be submitting a memo, a referral to a VTA to establish a direct bus line from Diridon Station to Mineta International Airport. Because believe it or not, there is no direct line. There is no direct line to our airport from downtown. All right. My downtown plan 2025, our downtown plan for 2025. Here are my comprehensive plans for downtown, focusing on and ensuring its vibrancy and safety. So, vibrancy and engagement, foster a welcoming atmosphere for all residents and visitors to downtown San Jose. This includes initiatives to fill empty storefronts, promote community engagement, and enhance cultural events. Safety. Prioritize public safety by implementing measures to ensure the security of downtown areas. This involves continuing our downtown walking beats involving SJPD, MCAT, Trust, and coming soon, our community service officers. Retail development. We need to open up a grocery store in downtown, and that is a mission of mine. So if anybody can help me with that, Please help me with that. We need a grocery store in downtown. Culture enhancement. I'm committed to make sure that we build Levitt Pavilion. Very important for performances, community gatherings, and it's going to contribute to the vibrancy of downtown. Continued investment in our public spaces. So investing in Plaza de Cesar Chavez to revitalize that historic park, making it a focal point for community activities and events. And of course, support for our small businesses. Establish a one-stop permit shop for small businesses to streamline the permitting process and support their growth and success. Too many times, as a neighborhood activist or working for the San Jose Downtown Association, small businesses have said that it is hard to do business in the city of San Jose, and we cannot allow that. Continued support of our unhoused. We are currently opening up a drop-in center in downtown San Jose, and my vision is to create a one-stop resource center for our unhoused population in downtown San Jose, because we need to transition them out of our streets and our creeks and into a better life. And of course, arts investment. Continued investment in the arts, supporting local artists and cultural initiatives to ensure that downtown San Jose is the cultural fabric of our city and our state. And we're going to conclude on a positive note. I like to say this every time that myself and Mayor Mahan have a press conference of a new business opening up in downtown San Jose. Downtown is open for business, everyone. Clap. There should be a sign that says clap. Downtown San Jose is in the upswing. We are seeing encouraging signs of recovery with device counts at 75% compared to other major cities. We've welcomed over 22 new businesses in downtown San Jose, injecting fresh energy into our community. There's a few on that list, and by the way, there's a few on that list that we started the process when I was at SJDA, and so I take pride that some of these have opened up when the idea just began at a simple meeting at SJDA. Moreover, San Jose State is taking over the Signia Tower this fall, and we're going to have over 700 students boosting foot traffic and vitality on the Paseo de San Antonio. One of my favorite places to have coffee or have a piece of cake is Bejan Bakery. So please go and patronize Bejan Bakery. And of course, go Niners. So that's about it. I believe, do we have time for questions? Yeah, 11 minutes. 11 minutes for questions. All right. Now this is the hot seat.
He had to go, so I'm being his mic for him.
Thank you.
Boo!
Boo. I told the mayor the other night that if it continues to rain this year, like it did last year, that our roads will soon surpass the #1 issue from homelessness to roads. The roads here are terrible. What are you doing to deal with that? Because it's getting worse and worse. In the last week, I've seen 3 people blow their tires out on San Jose roads.
Yes. Well,
you guys can hear
Can you
him?
hear me? Yeah? Oh, there it is. All right. So, thank you to the voters for passing Measure T. Measure T is ensuring that we pave our streets. And I know that I recently received a huge long list of streets being paved in District 3. And so I'm so glad that we do have Measure T to help us pave our streets. But DOT is one of those departments that still has a high vacancy rate. And I can assure you, Assessor, that we are trying to hire as many folks as we can in DOT. And so we're hoping to hire more folks. But yes, Measure T does help us with our streets, and there is a long list of streets to be paved. But yes, it is very important that we maintain our roads in the city of San Jose if we want downtown to be successful.
And a fun transportation fact based on what our council member just said, when you talk about transportation, the shortage in the qualified workforce is one of the most critical issues we face. In fact, if you look at public transit operators, at present, 43% of the workforce is over the age of 55. So these vacancies at DOT and in our transit agencies are real. They're having a negative impact on our mobility, and I love your vision for addressing it.
Yes.
Next.
I have a quick comment and question.
Oh, and before, because now Dave did leave, it's real when we say Brown Act. Dave did leave. I will be submitting actually a MBA to our city manager to create a plan or a work plan to actually delete to erase our vacancy rate in our most critical departments, and DOT is one of them.
Okay, I have a comment. One of the best restaurants in downtown is right behind St. Joseph's Church, which is Mezcal.
Yes.
Yes.
We love this place, so please visit Mezcal.
Yes.
Rotarian,
absolutely.
by the way. And the second thing.
I have lunch there weekly almost.
Oh, good.
So, yeah.
The food is delicious.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Now, anytime you mention the plaza, I think you should mention Steve Borkenhagen's project, Breeze of Innovation. He's been working on it for years, and it would be an absolute gorgeous thing to have in downtown, but a very important thing. What are your comments on that, and why wasn't it in your presentation?
Yes. Thank you. That's why it's called the Hossie, right? So this is why I'm creating a working group for Plaza de Cesar Chavez. We are really excited that folks like Steve and other organizations want to come in and revitalize or invest in Plaza de Cesar Chavez. And so and when I mean various folks, I mean a lot of folks, by the way. And so a lot of folks that have a difference of opinion or don't have conversations on a weekly basis. And so that's why it is important to me to work with our city, work with Steve, and work with others to make sure that if we are really gonna make Plaza de Cesar Chavez the park that it needs to be, that we're all having conversation, right? That it is a full working group, because everybody deserves to be at the table. But yes, there are, from arts organizations to neighborhood groups who are concerned of a project as big as Steve's, and it is important that they have a seat at the table as well. So,
Carl Solis.
Thanks for all your comments, Omar. Hey, speaking of the plaza, Cesar Chavez, so I always say that San Jose just has to reveal itself, and one of the icons of San Jose is that fountain. And I will tell you, last year after Christmas in the Park, it was April before they turned the fountain back on. I know you played in it, my kids played in it, just scores of people playing it. I hope I'm wrong, but I bet it isn't turned on now. I bet it won't be turned on for a month or two. And if just we could reveal what we have, it would be wonderful. And
Right.
I'd like to ask you to keep after it, because there's just a switch. You go like this.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But they seem not to be able to turn it on. So that's number one. Number two, revealing San Jose. This situation right here is probably one of the, next to the Capitol Club, this is one of the nicest venues in town.
yes.
Our office gets called all the time. People want to have weddings here, people want to do things. And it's been, I don't know, the kitchen hasn't worked for 2 or 3 years. We have to have our galas next door at the Signia. And so again, I know that you have a lot of influence, and if anything you could do to help us move along to get this wonderful venue making money for the city would be great.
Okay, yes, great. Kiara is here taking notes, but Carl did mention the water fountains at Plaza de Cesar Chavez. When I was growing up, I mentioned that I grew up in a very low-income neighborhood. I don't like to use that word. I say under-resourced now or underserved. But I didn't have a place to go and spend $5 in a swimming pool, even when they are public, they are expensive. And so I spent most of my time running through those fountains when I was a kid with a lot of my family members and friends. So, yeah. And so I'm here, and this is important. If we're going to build Steve's project, we need to preserve those fountains.
Brad Barron, and then we'll come over here next.
Councilmember, thanks for coming and speaking with us. Since transportation was mentioned, I have a question just in philosophy. You know, we have changed our streets dramatically over the last several years. And to me, if part of the goal was to move more people, we have failed miserably. So moving forward, what is the plan? Are we going to continue putting, narrowing roadways, putting up more barriers, having more bike lanes when we still don't have a lot of bike transportation? It just doesn't make sense.
Well, I guess this is where we differ in opinion, right? Downtown San Jose needs to be a walkable, bike-friendly city, and I'm continued to be committed to that, and so is our city of San Jose. I know that there are folks who think that we should have less bike paths, but I don't believe that. We are seeing growth at San Jose State, right? And so I think it is very important that we continue to build bike paths and make downtown San Jose more walkable. So, but we could all work together to mitigate some concerns, but for me, I'm committed to Vision Zero because I have had friends and other family members who have passed away because they've been hit by a car just trying to cross the street.
Yep, 43,000 last year. Matt Bell, and then we'll go to Fernando.
Good afternoon, Councilman Torres. Thanks for being here. A number of weeks ago, we had Gary Dillaba here talking about all his projects, and very exciting for downtown. He's a huge optimist for down here, as am I and so many in the room. The one thing that I'm not sure he's getting as a developer, and I'm worried that the council is not really getting, is the huge issue of the mental illness and the substance abuse that takes place on our streets here. Not necessarily for anything else, but number one is the health and safety of those people suffering from that. Absolutely. But number two is, if we're really going to try to revitalize downtown and then get people here, all someone has to do is come one time and have that kind of negative experience from that, and it's going to be difficult to get them back. Nice to see those rates going up of people coming, but we need to keep coming back. I was surprised to not hear you say anything about that in your presentation.
Right, mental health. Well, I wish I could be a county supervisor, so we have to be clear about that. I wish I could be a county supervisor. We are making sure that we're getting folks out of our streets and out of our business corridors by building EIHs or tiny homes and other affordable housing projects. So that's important. But like I mentioned at yesterday's city council meeting yesterday, I don't know if anybody watched, I'm sure you all did, but there is a proposition that's coming, there's a proposition on the ballot in March. And yesterday the city voted, we were discussing whether we should support Prop 1. And me as a council member, I couldn't support the city taking an official position for numerous reasons. I do not like tying that homelessness is a mental health issue. It is not a mental health issue. It is not a mental health issue. The fact of the matter is that these folks have been out there for far too long because we failed to provide them the adequate resources and services before they got bad. And I want to be clear, yes, veterans have mental health issues because of war, but so does other folks in our population. It's just, people who are homeless just don't have mental health issues. We all have mental health issues, and just like I mentioned yesterday at our city council meeting, it takes me a month and a half to get a meeting with my therapist at Kaiser. Because going to the meetings and seeing what's out in our neighborhoods, I also need to have a conversation with folks besides my team or my partner or my friends. I need professional help, and it's unfortunate that in our country, we do not prioritize mental health for everybody. But regardless, I will leave it all up to you to decide on what to do with Prop 1. Another reason why I decided not to support it is I asked our city team, our city staff, where these facilities are going to be, and I can assure you that they'll be coming into downtown San Jose. We are oversaturated with tiny homes, affordable housing projects, you name it. I know for a fact that they'll be coming into downtown San Jose, and we need to spread the love. We need to build affordable housing in District 10 and District 9. We need to have mental health facilities in District 9 and 10. We need to have tiny homes in District 1, and currently, we're not doing that.
So if I could just follow up, for a long time it feels like City Council has been kind of pointing fingers at the county for this issue. I just think it's time for that to stop. This is your district, these are your streets, and this is happening on your streets. whether it's working more collaboratively with the county or bringing in private companies, whatever, it has to be addressed in order for this plan of yours to actually ever come to fruition.
Great. We'll definitely take it into consideration, yes.
You're very gracious.
Yeah.
Fernando.
Yes, thank you, Councilman Torres. Addressing this issue about the fountain at Plaza de Cesar Chavez, it's my understanding that the fountain is a source of a great many lawsuits because of injuries suffered by those using it, and that may be a problem for the city. Can you comment on that?
I'm also going to be I'm not going to be a politician that has all the answers, so I will get back to you on that because I had no idea that that was happening. So Kiara's here taking notes, so we'll definitely get back to you on that.
Elizabeth.
Thank you, Council Member. San Jose is a city that is really hard to get a permit for anything.
Absolutely.
Homeowners, builders, and you mentioned you have a plan for a one-stop shop for the downtown to create vibrancy in the downtown. That means that shop can't get bogged down. What do you have in mind, that slow, bogged down process? What are you going to do? Because these restaurants, bars, museums, all of this needs to be able to flow through if we're going to create your plan.
Great. So the other department with the high vacancy rate is our planning and building department. And so again, it is very important to me to make sure that we are hiring folks who are well qualified. We want to make sure that we are hiring folks who could actually do the job. And currently, we don't have that. We have a high vacancy in PBC, even after we gave our city employees a raise, which, by the way, they're still well underpaid from other cities of Sunnyvale, Fremont, Milpitas. So even though we gave our city employees a raise, they're still the most underpaid city staff across our region. And so, again, I think it is very important to me to have the city manager create a work plan to work with our human resources department to hire more folks. Here's a very good example of that. At last year's budget, we budgeted for 2 therapeutic specialists to deal with our unhoused population. Well, we're almost a year in from the past budget, and we still haven't hired those 2 positions.
Wow.
And that was one of my concerns in supporting Prop 1 is that, well, we're trying to hire folks, but our city isn't doing enough to actually hire these folks. And so that's why I've told our city manager in private, and I will be doing it officially as a memo, that she needs to create a work plan to make sure that we are hiring more folks for the planning department, DOT, and fire. By the way, fire is our most understaffed. After the police, is the most understaffed department in our city. So we need to also hire more firefighters as they are responding to a lot of medical calls from our unhoused population to just seniors living in many of our homes. So.
Please join me in thanking the council member.
Oh, that was it.
We're running late, yeah.
All right.
We're going to get your picture. We've made a donation to Fish and Loaves in your honor, so thank you for, I think I said that backwards, so thank you for being with us today, and got to take a quick picture.
yes.
Thank you so much. You're very gracious. Thank you. Appreciate that. You won't want to miss next week, where we will be hearing from John Pock, the Executive Director of Sports Authority, to learn more about their mission. Poach, okay, I try to pronounce it so well, I should have listened to a video. Thank you for the gentle correction. I'll be sure to get it right next week. And in my final thought for today, this goes out to our dear Marie, who I hope has joined us by Zoom, and to anybody else in our Rotary family that needs a little bit of love or support. There are extraordinary people in this life that show us what strength looks like. You are one of them. Hopefully our love wraps around you like a warm hug. We miss you, we're thinking of you, and to those in the room, we'll see you next week.